But now let's talk about, like, from an improvisational standpoint, adding in more chord shapes. So let's start with, let's say I'm in this position. First of all, notice that these 3 notes are one of those 12 shapes, and it's just part of this chord without the bass note. So right away I could, not play the bass. But now let's try to add in some more shapes. Let me just go up a couple shapes. These are all just in this root position. We can try to play a blues and throw some of those in. Stay on the normal 4 chord. Okay, don't worry about those yet. Just improvise on the 1. We'll try one more. I went up a little more, but you get the idea. Back to the 1. So when I'm playing the 4 and 5, I'm not worrying about varying those yet. I'm going to stay with my easy mode 4 and 5, but on the 1, I can just throw in those other ideas. And gradually work your way up the neck, throw in more and more shapes, like this one. This is a nice riffy one. This is a nice little idea, by the way. This is when you have your 4 and 5, you can go from your, this is like a little sus chord, root 4, and then up to your 7th maybe. Up to this G. Now I'm in this position, but you get the idea, right? Let's try this position. So let's work it out. Okay, so this, it's like this shape, but I have this. So even just, something as simple as just taking one extra shape can be kind of cool. So just a little variety, you do that enough. Remember what I said about not cramming too much into your brain. Just take one shape, at a time each practice session. All right, so you get the idea. Now let's talk about doing something else with the 4 chord. So up until now, this exercise was just keeping it simple because we're not going to change the 4 and 5. We're just staying just to like modifying the 1 chord a little bit. All right, now let's talk about modifying the 4 chord. You could just kind of go all over the place or add in things, but let's try to do a little more structured.